Hey, it's Katelyn and Adam. To be our next guest on Enta Ask, click the link below. Enjoy the episode. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Enta Asks. I'm Katelyn Bullock.
And I'm Adam Kolozetti.
We're the founders of Enta, and today we have wonderful Megan Barefoot with us. How do I find fermented foods?
Well, if you want to start, I personally think the best source is the Light Cellar here in Calgary. They have an amazing amount of fermented foods that is fermented right in Calgary. So what happens with fermented foods is the bacteria or the good microbes that's breaking down the food comes from the air, comes from the food in our own community, right? So that's going to build our resilience to any pathogens in our own community.
Interesting.
Yeah. But if you can't get into the Light Cellar to get that food, you can do it in your own home, which is the best, honestly, because then you're bringing in the bacteria from your own home. So that is absolutely the best. If you can't do that, go to the Light Cellar. And then if you can't get to the Light Cellar, most grocery stores around the city are starting to bring it in because there's more and more of a demand for it. Mm-hmm. Even Costco for a while had a fermented sauerkraut. When you're looking for sauerkraut and things like that, when I'm talking fermented, these foods have to be in the refrigerator. Okay. This is not your old school sauerkraut that I had as a kid that was kind of like slimy and gross in a jar that came from the shelves in the grocery store, didn't have to be kept in the fridge. This stuff has to be kept refrigerated, and it will bubble, and it will actually, the seal will pop, and they'll be creating little gases, those little gut bugs in there.
Okay.
And even the brine, like, so if you get true fermented pickles, because I absolutely adore pickles, but the most pickles we get in the store are on the shelf, right? They're not kept in the fridge. A really good brand is Bubby's Pickles, which is amazing.
Okay.
Yes. And you find that in the refrigerated area. And when you open it, it like pops. And then but even the brine is so good for you. So don't waste that, like the juice that's in there, the brine. Drink that juice, have it, a little teaspoon of it, make salad dressings out of it. Don't waste any of that, because that is tons and tons.
Yeah, my mom always
makes put vinegar
pickles,
in a salad dressing. Yeah.
And I always dump it out.
Yeah.
So, wow, so much information, Megan. It's amazing. Like, how do you package this to teach people and communicate them about nutrition?
So I offer free consults, first of all.
Okay.
So if anyone's interested, they can come to my website. They can sign up for a free consult. They're 30 minutes, and it's a fantastic way to get to know me and me to get to know them and kind of discuss what might be the best protocol, because everything I do is super individualized. So no two protocols are going to be the same. No two recommendations are going to be the same or for the same reason, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to make sure that everything we do is specific to that person. Because I feel like in the past, whenever I was trying to lose weight and things like that, it was super frustrating because I would see like someone like Katelyn maybe go on the keto diet and she'd do fantastic. And then I'd be like, I got to get on there. I got to do that, right? And I'd follow exactly the same thing that she did, but it didn't work for me. And it was super frustrating. And then I'd just give up and I'd be like, forget it. I'm out. I'm just going to be fat and sassy for the rest of my life. Right. I'm just going to deal with that. And then, but that would degrade my health. Right. So I always had in the back of my head, I have to figure this out. And like I said, before I had kids and before I really got into nutrition, I was very interested in weight loss and things like that, but for more like vanity reasons, more than health reasons. But when I'm working with clients, like it's all about health. It's all about like, how do you want to feel? What is your ultimate goal? How's that going to change your life? When you feel really good and you have lots of energy, how is that going to change your life? How is that going to change your relationships? How's that going to change your work or your business? It affects everything, right? So we just keep plugging away and we figure that person out. So I work with people for 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months a commitment. And I assess by asking tons of questions about the symptoms of the body. And then I put together a big picture of what's happening in the body. I make some connections, which probably have never been made for a lot of clients before. They have headaches, they have aches and pains, they have gut issues. Well, what if they were all connected and we could eat a certain way and all of them would go away? Like, how fantastic is that, right?
Amazing.
Yeah,
So-
like, imagine the possibilities, right?
Imagine the possibilities.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Well, this has been really educational and I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, thank you so
Glad.
much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us. I'm going to go out and look for some Bubby's pickles and some fermented
Yeah,
food.
totally.
I think that's a great idea.
Build
Well-
that microbiome. I mean, we are living in the world of fear around immune system right now. You build your
Yeah.
microbiome, it also supports your immune system. So you'll get sick less often.
Love it.
We have a lot more great stuff for you, so stay tuned for the next episode to see what we learn.